second gear, staying off the high inside curve, getting ourselves the best run we possibly can, coming up through the S's. For this first right-hander, we're going to look for a double apex, getting ourselves back over to the right and carrying as much speed as possible to the left-hander. Now through the second right-hander, we're fighting the car, trying not to break loose as we make our way down to the back straight. One of the best opportunities for passing as we have a 170 mile per hour approach into the bus stop, then cutting over this big inside curb, getting all four tires all the way off the ground, and finishing off this bus stop as fast as possible, making our way into the carousel as we look for a late apex as late as possible to give it a good run, coming down this next straight as we shoot way past the exit curve and back onto the track up into third gear, then fourth, and then we hit the brakes again looking for this white marker on the right side, down into third gear, using every bit of curve that we have available to us and making our way into the final corner down into second gear, hugging that inside, getting the best exit we can all the way next to the wall and down the front straight to finish off our lap here at Watkins Glen.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids, the underdogs. It means constantly improving, striving, hungry. It's no excuses, no days off, or no glory. It's drive.
Sure, my experience was being recruited by snail mail, but I'm not about to let the mailman age shame me. Dear Eli, I just want to drop you a note and wish you a great summer. Mostly I wanted to personally offer you a full scholarship to Auburn. So I'm taking my talents north to Happy Valley in Pennsylvania. Ever since I began pursuing my graduate degree in football studies, I've walked onto a lot of college campuses. But I haven't had the true walk-on experience until now. I'm at Penn State University, AKA Walk On You. Coach Franklin.
Eli, what's going on, man?
Good to see you.
What brings you to Happy Valley?
You know, Coach, I'm here to learn everything I can about walk-ons.
We call them run-ons here. Just trying to emphasize there's no walking a part of this process.
You know, that's true, but, you know, there is running that looks like walking. You know what I mean? You've seen Peyton play.
Yeah, I've seen you play, too.
Oh, well, you don't see that very often. Eli Manning scrambling in for a touchdown.
Who said he wasn't an athlete?
And how do you think guys decide that they want to walk on, knowing that they're not guaranteed a scholarship? They may never even get to dress for a game, yet they want to come, you know, try out and try to make the team.
You know, it's kind of a mix. You got some young men that grew up in the state of Pennsylvania that always wanted to come here. This is their dream. And some just really want the challenge of playing major college football.
How do you find your walk-ons here at Penn State?
We have a tryout process, which we do twice a year. Once in the fall, which happens to be today, and once in the spring.
You know, Coach, to truly understand the walk-on experience, I think I need to try out.
We can give it a try, but I worry you'd be a little bit of a distraction.
Let me handle that. If I was going to blend in as a college student, I needed to look the part. So I hired a team of Hollywood makeup artists. Hey, how young can you make me look? I'm kind of feeling like a Michael J. Fox Back to the Future, maybe like a Zach Morris Saved by the Bell.
Screech is perfect.
I've heard that a lot. I think I need a little backstory. How about this? My name's Chad Powers. I'm a substitute teacher and part-time bartender, and I get to try out for my favorite team. How about that?
I think that'll sell. I think Mark Wahlberg did it, and it was a big hit in Invincible.
How about my name's Chad Powers. I'm a substitute teacher and part-time carpenter, and I get to walk on and try out for my favorite team.
Way different.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Chad Powers. Hey, I'm Chad Powers. Sup, Chad Powers. Kind of feeling a little Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused. All right, all right, all right.
Whoa!
The name's Powers, Chad Powers, the next great Penn State quarterback.
Well, if you throw as well as that mustache looks, then I think you're going to make the team.
I got a hose. I got a hose. Always have.
Don't come out throwing deep right away. Get some completions in early.
Nope, going deep. Go ball. Go ball, post ball, roll out, double post, post corner. Get the arm on tape. You got to get the arm on tape.
I mean, I personally don't like that approach. I'm just telling you, right?
Well,
The way to make the team is to show them you can move the chains with completions.
Chad does it his way. Chad likes to throw it deep.
Third person. Wow.
Yeah. Fat. The arm's loose. It's oiled up. It's Pickup ball. Watch a lot of film, though.
Love that.
My mom was my coach.
Mom was what?
Mom was my coach and my teacher.
You get good grades?
No.
Tough teacher?
She wasn't very smart. She was a good coach, though.
Love that. Ready? Here we go. 3 and inch. Here we go. Up. Left. Here. Ball.
Ooh, see those feet, baby. Feet are moving. It's coming back.
Here we go.
We put on a show today.
Here again. Up. Ball. Spun it. Spun it.
Spin it.
That's right.
Look up Arm Pound Dictionary. See a picture of Chad. Chad Powers. You ain't seen nothing like him. Not just good looking. I can throw it, baby. Chad. That's what they'll be calling in Penn State Stadium. Chad. Brady can play till he's 44. Chad can play till he's 26, you know? Set, go! Ooh, right in the chest. Don't leave a mark luck on that one. He's gonna have a bruise after that one, Ferris. You see what I'm saying? Word about my arm talent spread fast. Soon, dozens gathered to catch a glimpse of Chad. Say go! Boom, right in the chest. Every time, every time.
It's a good ball, good catch. See his footwork on his play. That was nice. Good ball. Oh, he's about to first one. Ball. Easy.
Good ball, Chad! Good ball!
Dotted him. Oh.
Good ball, Chad!
Good anticipation, man. I want to sign the Chad Powers guy.
It's good.
I think I see something in him.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I see you, baby.
We'll go about 10 with the start cutting.
Let's just run a go route, baby. Let's just go. Let's get on tape. It's time.
Chad will get it out there. Okay.
Good ball, Chad! Nice catch.
Take a knee, man. Good work, Ferris. Dr. Powers?
Good. Yeah,
Yes,
there
sir.
you go. Good job, fellas.
Everybody take a knee here for me. Everybody take a knee for me. Gather up.
First of all, a couple things. First of all, I want to thank you guys all for being here. We're big believers in this program. An opportunity for you guys to come here, chase your dreams, earn a roster spot. So we truly appreciate everybody being out here. The other thing, I got good news for you. I did some background check, and one of the guys that you guys are competing with has kind of been disqualified for two reasons. Number one, his testing numbers were awful. He ran 5.49 in the 40, broad jump 7'10". Not what we're looking for. But on top of that, we found out that he's ineligible. He has no eligibility left. Chad Powers, you're ineligible. Come on up.
That mean I didn't make the team, Coach?
No, you did not.
It's okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. I thought I had it, boys, but, I'm sorry. I'm just a 41-year-old, just wants to play ball, man. I'm just trying to get back out there. We got play some ball. We had you on, right? We had him on. I got my COVID year. No, man. So, no, but I appreciate y'all working with y'all today. Y'all were running, man, DBs, everybody. So y'all did great. Appreciate letting me try out with y'all. It was a lot of fun. Let's break it down, all right? Yeah. Let's go.
Fast Chad.
Here you go. We got run on 3. 1, 2, 3. Run on! Chad Powers may not have made the team, but he learned a lot. Walk-ons give their heart and soul to a program with no promise of ever taking the field on game day. Some walk-ons got an opportunity and became legends. For some others, there's one moment that makes it all worth it.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next?
bounces around, throws a deep ball. He wants DT. Thomas is there, and Denver's got a touchdown.
Good job. Nice route. Great route. Great route.
All right, here we are, Watkins Glen International Raceway, as we get ready for round number 7 of this All-American ARCA Series season in the Finger Lakes region on this Saturday afternoon. I am the captain. We appreciate you joining us here at a little after 12 noon. For some reason, a movie has decided to hack my computer, and I guess I'll be rebooting it afterwards. But thanks to some audio mechanics on my end, I was able to transition all the audio to my headphones, and now we're good to go. And yes, the movie's still playing somewhere in my background, but you're not hearing it, which is good. So we go from there. So getting ready for some great racing coming up here in just a moment. As I mentioned, it is the Watkins Glen International Raceway, Finger Lakes region of upstate New York, as of course we go to the oath of Google and into right there, Watkins Glen, New York, the Finger Lakes region right off of Lake Seneca, a track that I've seen once, but it was covered with snow at that point. It is a 2.45 mile track with a boot in it. That was the road right there I was on, by the way, going from west to east. And it is a fun track. Some call it the super speedway of racing. Some call it the most historic track in all of America. Either way, it has got a lot of fun tricks and turns and things like that. And I've done a little experiment here. I've never really done this before, but as always, I like to do things kind of stupid, if you will, and try things because I'm a one-man show, and what do I have to lose? So I actually had a video sent to me earlier by Casey Carrington, appreciate you, sir, of Alex Penn attempting to run a lap around this speedway. So why don't we go ahead and show you a lap around the Watkins Glen It's a little quieter than you. Not sure. Yeah, that's meant to be a thing. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I let the music play all the way through till the end. But no, I appreciate that. Just let me know if you start hearing things about that Chad Powers guy again. Anyways, let's show you a lap around this Watkins Glen International Raceway. Thank you to Mr. Alex, who, by the way, is like 10 minutes down the road from me as we speak. That's what's playing. Hey, look at here, boys. I found it. So what is... I see what happened. This is me trying to do the Alex pen thing. Got it. Yeah. All right. Let's... I figured it out now. Well... I subscribe for Chad Powers. Well, we're learning as we go here, and I've just actually eliminated it. So now Chad Powers is officially gone. Now I see. So what has happened is basically I linked a browser into my OBS, and basically when it does that, it I guess it continuously plays the video. So that's where my audio was coming from the whole entire time that was interrupting my broadcast. So in the end, guess whose fault this becomes? Mr. Carrington for sending me that video. I'm blaming you for this, sir. Trying to delay everything. It's all good. I joke. I kid because I care. But yeah, that allows me to now change my audio back over to where I wanted it to go. So anyways, I'm going to keep it the way it is for right now. But that's where we are. And we're just going to go from there. So how about this? Let's just get to the fun, right? The racing itself. Let's get my internet off the screen here. And let's show you the point standings as of right now. It is the Matthew Weeks show. He's got his fifth top 10 finish in 5 starts, 4 top 5s and 2 wins. He leads by 63 over the Nashville winner, Casey Carrington. David Tooker, Zach Rogers, and hi-ho James Silvers in the 5th position there in the points. Team points right now, Mountain Man Motorsports, 238 points up on the crew chief corner. That's Cornerstone Motorsports there in 3rd. Porsche Penn Sports and Team Birdie there, your top 5. And I've worked some magic. And I was able to pull off this for you. There's your Rookie of the Year and manufactured points. Josh Dillon leading Trey Holmes by 1. Darren Staff, Robert Colgan, and Tyler Burden. That's your top 5 in the Rookie of the Year standings over at the manufacturer. We're still waiting on Lexus to make an appearance. Otherwise, Dodge and Toyota and Chevrolet running away right now. And Ford, Pontiac, and Porsche right there. No word if we will get anything from the Tesla anytime soon. So... we go from there, but that's your point standings as of right now as we get ready to go racing here for 45 laps and 110 miles in this Finger Lakes 110. Again, it's race number 7 of the series as we show you the information right there on the screen. 45 laps, 85% fuel, which should roughly get them about 25 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel, so it should be a simple one. Stopper, 78 degrees, 55% humidity, under partly cloudy skies. And shall we get the cars rolling out there on the track? I'm going to adjust the audio because I actually got it coming through a different channel now. And let's take a look at the starting lineup as they will pace around the 2.45 mile track. David Tooker, a 1:12.721 second lap. He will be on the pole alongside Mark Whitley, one of a couple of new drivers you're going to see on the series for a little bit here. As I was looking through my notes, I noticed a couple of new entries on the old list. Mark Whitley is filling in for Brad Delph, and Mark's pretty good on the road courses, so expect him to be pretty good here at the Glen this afternoon. Finley Fitzsimmons and Tyler Burden will start there in row number 2. Zach Rogers, Casey Carrington in row 3. Jacob Feskinen, James Silvers there, row 4. Row 5, Darren Staff and Matthew Weeks. Nick Terrell and Gareth McAllister, who's already 5 beers deep probably on a Saturday evening for him, if not Sunday morning. He is going to start in the 12th position. Row 7, that is. Jack Monday, another new driver in the 7 car. He is taking over that car after Michael Vandermeed has some work stuff going on. So welcome into the league, Mr. Jack. I see I have a name I have to fix. A guy named Matt R. I'll fix his name here in a second. Next to Chris Travis. Craig Martin Cody McCorkle, who teased me last night and said he won this race. We'll see if that's true or not. He'll start 20th. 21st, Justin Ray and Stephen Thompson. Mike Lemieux and Justin Vandermerel will start there in the 12th row as they work their way up the back straightaway. Row 13, Josh Dillon, Rookie of the Year leader right now, and David Felt. Robert Colgan, Austin Bloom in row number 14. Row 15 is Greg Carr. who, by the way, is looking for my stream still, I think, from last night. And Kyle Barters, Wyatt Nato, and Devin Scroggins in row 16 and row 17. Larry Knoll, the 33rd starter in today's race. They worked their way through the carousel. Later today, we have our VOR series. They're going to use the boot part. Yeah, it's a doubleheader. Oh, by the way, from the Watkins Glen International Raceway coming up later this afternoon. VOR going to be racing here too. That'll be live, but this one, it's live to say. Again, 45 laps, 110 miles, one pit stop at least in this race. No caution, so you don't have to worry about that today. We won't have to go searching for dinosaurs and stuff at Watkins Glen. But we're going to have fun as race number 7, the All-American ARCA Series Green from the Finger Lakes. Yeah, track limits here, they don't exist. Basically, as you see the 14, Mark Whitley take it wide through turn 1 and up the S's. Very sketchy in this area. Through turn 4, down the back straightaway into the bus stop. Old school racers will call this turn 5 through 8. New schoolers, it's called the bus stop. Got to use that first corner of the bus stop as almost a propeller to get you into the bus stop to nail that corner correctly, but through the corners, so far so good. Mark Whitley pulling away already. Everybody's clean. Haven't seen really any issues yet. Mike Lemieux did not take the green flag, so 32 starters it looks like through turn 6, turn 7. And it'll be Mark Whitley leading lap number 1 in that 14 car. Our cameras tonight, as always, presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook. And they are in the iRacing forums. Their website is TrackCams22.com. And Chris Travis with issues in turn 1. He has spun around in the M&M's, I won't even go there, car. I've got nothing. It's a different flavor M&M, if I must say. Already through the carousel, Whitley about a half second on Tooker. Fitzsimmons right there with him also. A lot of cars staying neck and neck. The draft does play a pretty big role here. Let's ride with our points leader. Greg Carr's had issues heading out of turn 6. Let's check out the couple of replays here of issues. That is the 51 of Travis, maybe wheel hops at turn 1 and just goes for a simple loop-de-loo. Everybody stays off him. You want to lock those brakes down, let the field go by. A tricky sitch there for the 51, but he gets through it. And then Greg Carr just now. The only thing in the state of New York with Waffle House on it, his car. I don't think there's one in the state. As he's just going to go for a lazy spin. Nice save, actually, on his part. Good job. As we continue green, and yes, my ticker's going nuts again. It happens when I show replays. Here's a new guy to the series, Jack Monday in the 7 car. Oh, Travis. Oh, okay, that already happened. Wait a minute here. As they go through the carousel, you see Tucker right there with him, Fitzsimmons. Obviously, Watkins Glen built way back in the 1960s, I believe it was. Originally, they raced on the street circuits of downtown Watkins Glen. And it was at that place where, unfortunately, a young kid was struck by a racing car back in the heyday. And this was the birth of the law that there was no more street races on that kind of a circuit type of deal, on an open circuit, I guess, so to say, that put the law in effect, and hence Watkins Glen was built. It used to be a 6-mile course where they actually had to jump a railroad track. Issues for Matt Stewart, the rookie, making his debut in that 90 car. Looks like Austin Bloom had a little off himself. But everybody is good as we go back here to Lane Doyle. He was supposed to put a smile on his car. He did not for me. I'm very disappointed in you, Lane Doyle. Lane trying to hold off the progress of Zach Nurnberger. This is back at the 14th position. That's a BMW there behind, by the way. Up to 3rd gear. Maybe a touch of 4th gear here. Yep, there's 4th. Back down to 3rd. Should be down to 2nd. Don't wheel hop. Don't get ran over either. As Nurnberger goes for Lake Seneca. And barely misses the wall back there. One of the most annoying things about iRacing. I love iRacing. I have no problems with them. But when you go up through the S's for some reason, the air like blows on the car. And I have never figured out why that is. We've got ourselves a battle for the lead. David Tucker, last week's winner from Dover. Looking to get around this Whitley mobile. Fitzsimmons right there with him also. Lap 5 on the board already. Not sure really what kind of strategies people are thinking. Uh-oh, some issues. Or is it just, I don't know, maybe they just went wide or something. I saw a lot of came back on tracks. Who knows? Probably people taking it wide through the corners over there. I'm more looking at when I see the word crashed. If I see that, I'll show it. So this is the best battle on track here. For the lead, the top 3, Whitley, Tucker, and Fitzsimmons. Tyler Burden, the rookie, right there behind him. And Zach Nurnberger with issues. Once again, I think he tried to go to Lake Seneca. Also, Devin Scroggins with some issues. We'll check on those right now. Oh, this time he goes in easy and he gets nerfed. Glove saving it. Oh, no, he overshot it. The heck's a Panamera. Oh, and back behind him, 66 of Scroggins going around. In the Tortino's. Oh, all right, that's my favorite paint scheme right there, boys. Anytime you rock a Tortino's pizza scheme, I still eat those things to the day. All right, back to the lead battle here. Half second now. as Whitley has gotten away from Tooker just a little bit, and he's probably feeling the pressure of Fitzsimmons there behind him. The ugliest Porsche ever. As they go around Larry Knoll here, who's out for a Sunday drive on the thruway. Look how loose it is. The one thing I've actually learned to do when I've raced this track and you have that issue at the in the S's, I've actually short shifted to keep the car under me. I mean, yes, and I'm not the fastest on road courses, oh, by the way. Sean Foltz with some issues over here, turn one. So turn one right now, Calamity Corner. Slowest corner on the track, the 90-degree corner. Look at this gaggle of mess here. Matt Stewart, kind of a damaged left front there. Must have been in the Armco at one point. Austin Bloom, Justin Ray. Wyatt Nadel, who's up 10 spots already from 31st to 21st. Wyatt doing a good job there, and that's blank number 84. Something has happened to Mark Whitley. Not sure if he went off track or something. It doesn't show me on my telemetry. I did reset it a second ago so that I could see updates. But maybe an off track is falling back 3.7 seconds from the lead. And there's Zach Rogers there behind him. Big shout out to Casey Carrington, by the way, for sending me the video. This is a... Oh, thank you, Casey, for the update. So we went wide turn one. Casey's my spotter, too. But sent me the video so we could get this broadcast on. This was a race from last night where, unfortunately, I was delivering packages to the airport last night. Didn't get back till about, what, 11? Eastern time. So the good thing is I always don't mind rebroadcasting the race and putting it on for the people. Everybody gets to watch, which is good. Love having viewers here. Is Lane Doyle. Must have blinked out there for a second. But everybody pretty spread out, pretty clean so far. Usually you get into a road race with a lot of maybe drivers who aren't used to running on the road course, and you get a lot of issues. And so far it's been fairly clean and green, which is good. It's going to stay green, obviously. There's no cautions, dummy. Back here, John Silvers, the old AC Delco Ron Hornaday / Dale Jr. paint scheme. Behind them, Casey Carrington in the 9 car. Of course, he and I always share Casey Kane stories. I always remember the one time Casey Kane got a pole here at Watkins Glen. He and I think it was Kurt Busch started outside. Oh, somebody's spinning right in front of him. Or at least locked. Oh, who's that? I think that was Staff. I think I saw Discord. I think he's stuck over there in that corner. There he is. Justin Ray's had some issues. Let's see what happened to Justin first. What in the world is Fairy Bread? Oh, he got on the curve a little too much there. Maybe a little wheel hop or a little too much rear brake. But that curve is being a pest to the 38, unfortunately. And then Darren Staff, what happened to him? Trying to show you as many of the action as possible here. It's what I like to do. Oh, he gets loose in turn 6, trying to hold on to her. Hold on, young man. And keeps it off the wall. Well, he kind of nosed it there. Watch out for everybody. Up. All good. Great job by everybody to miss that one. They scored his stuff. And he hits the green button up top to update. It's bread, butter, and hundreds of thousands of colored sprinkles. I think they call it cake. I wonder if it needs frosting. Take out the butter, put frosting on it. Or better yet, buttercream frosting. There you go. Then you get your cake. Austin Bloom and a Hershey's number 48, low right front damage on his car. So Watkins Glen is a track that has hosted so many different races, from Cup to IndyCar. Of course, the 6 hours at the Glen race that's ran here. I actually saw a Twitter post last night of, oh gosh, I don't remember the exact quote of it was, but it showed a car up on like a road that is maybe 5 feet wide, and it's next to a cliff, and the guy's trying to do like a 150-point turn, and he's like only moving inches forward and backwards to turn the car around, and it's slowly happening. It's kind of funny. But not talking about Watkins Glen hosting all these races from the past. I actually ran a 6 hours of the Glen 5 years ago on iRacing all by myself. I did it purposely to raise money for cancer awareness after my dad had passed away about a month before of cancer. I was in pain after that race because I was like, man, that was a lot of work. But it was fun. Cody teasing McCorkle. Back here running by himself in the 14th position, up 6 spots from 20th, so doing a good job in that 2 car. It's the first race in 3 weeks that he did not spin on the first lap. At least not on camera. And up front, Tyler Burden, 3rd place there, about 3 seconds back of Finley Fitzsimmons, who's about 7/10 back of David Tooker. The tires do wear here a lot. So the cars are probably feeling a lot of the handling right now. As I say that, you see Mark Whitley getting kind of loose back there as they work their way into lap traffic here. And we do got some pit stops. Darren Staff is on pit road, along with Sean Foltz. Sean's been there for a moment or so. All right, so let's jump on board with the leader, and I'm going to talk you through a lap. Now, I'm not a road course ace, but I do know at least the basics of getting around Watkins Glen. So let's listen here. And as a matter of fact, I'll put the telemetry up there also so you guys can see it. So he's 2nd gear right now, up to 3rd. He'll probably hit 4th for a split second here. Dive it deep in, 3rd gear, drop down to 2nd, maybe 1st. Nope, he's going to stay in 2nd. And he'll start climbing. He'll go all the way to 4th gear. That corner is like very tricky. So you could easily, you could use the shifting for braking. In my case, I actually don't shift until I know the revs are low enough because I'm scared of wheel hopping. And I have a hard time trusting any kind of rear end of a car on road courses. So I'll usually wait and then go 3rd down to 2nd myself. But he should hit 3rd gear here. He's going to hop this curve, which will set up the bus stop. Actually down to 2nd gear. And he'll probably jump to 3rd for a second. Nope, he's going to stay in 2nd the whole way here. And then you got to ride this carousel. Play some music if you want to. Keep waiting and floor it. Back up to 3rd gear. And he'll hit 4th gear. You get on the brake right over the bridge there. Down to 3rd. Down to 2nd. Left hand, turn 6. You could go to 3rd gear here, but he stays in 2nd. Well, in the left rear, that makes sense. Remember, out of the corners, only, what, 3 of them are left, 4 of them are left-handed corners here. And that's 2 in the bus stop, of course, turn 6, and then up in the S's. So Tooker's pulled away to a 2.1 second lead now, as the field's spreading out with the handling coming into play. And here's a battle. Silvers and Carrington following each other at 8th and 9th. They race their way up to the bus stop, and we might ourselves a battle for third as Whitley has gotten back to Tyler Burden. And the 14 going to make it easy as Casey must have blinked out at that moment. It happens. Well, you always got to be careful on these kind of tracks. Oh, and around goes Larry Knoll. Larry going for a little spinneroonie. And takes his car to pit road. All right, so the third place battle. Whitley got a little loose going into the bus stop there. And back in almost came around. That got kind of tricky. They stay tight here. Burden going to try to keep it close to Whitley. So they go down here into turn one. Zach Rogers right there behind him. Well, yeah, because this car transitions so well. If you get it on the gas, it brings the front end into the air, which makes the rear end have to drive the car a little bit more. Makes sense to me. So these guys continue to battle. I always have to remind myself that with the road course cameras, they actually have a shot called the speed cam. So it's where it puts like the cameras almost like the old digger, if you will, from Fox and stuff like that. So I can do these, like I click a button and I can get a speed shot like this. Noel's back on track, by the way. Oh, Kyle Barter's in trouble. If I can find his name. Looks like maybe turn one bit him a little bit. Let's see the replay. First issue for the 95, the winner a couple weeks ago at Michigan. Oh, wheel hop. That's wheel hop. The only way to save yourself from wheel hop, let off the throttle. For those who don't know what wheel hop is, and maybe don't watch much road course racing, it's totally understandable. But listen. You're going to hear a ba-ba-ba-ba-ba sound. All right, maybe not so much in the sound there, but pretty much he jumped on the brakes and the rear end came around. He actually didn't shift, so there wasn't any wheel hop, really. It was more of just braking. So I corrected myself there a little bit. As these two continue to battle it out. So good news is, unless something changes dramatically here in the next week, I should be here next week for the next race of the season, which, by the way, is Charlotte Motor Speedway. We head home for the Crew Chiefs Corner 200 under the lights there at Charlotte. 200-mile race there. That'll be next Friday night. And then we'll go to the Brickyard. And then Richmond the next 3 weeks, leading into Talladega at the end of the month. So some pretty cool tracks coming here in the next few weeks. I mean, there's so many different ways to work the magic when it comes to trying to brake or shift or getting loose or whatever. But check this out. As Whitley back under attack here. So Whitley not able to get away from Burden and making his third place battle very interesting here. Zach Rogers hanging back about 0.8 of a second. There he is in that 4 car. As Craig Martin's had some issues. Well, that's unfortunately in this kind of racing, you get one thing, you give another, and if you're getting them in the side to the corner, you're going to lose them getting off, where vice versa, you're easy in and hard off, which is the way I like to do it. Then you're able to get that run, but as you said, you're burning off the left rear pretty good here. And not to mention, Casey, you're directly behind the guy, so you're probably not getting the best arrow getting into a corner either. All right, 27 laps to go as they come up on the 90 car. And look at this. Casey called it, and he did get around them. 4th position, of course, it says I'm going to... Oh, Nurnberger's gone around. And Larry Knoll over here in turn 7. Look out, boys. Let's see what happened here. Let's roll the beautiful bean footage. Oh, Larry and Zach came together as they were trying to get around them. After that rear end contact, might check Nurnberger for a concussion, unfortunately. Hopefully he's okay. Well, yeah, Carrington did get around him, and of course it was at the moment where I was going to find a stop. This might become a new tradition. This might become a tradition on the Captain Esports Network, as we started it at Michigan when we went searching around for the theme park, the prehistoric forest, and tonight we're going to stay away from theme parks, but we're going to take a moment and we're going to jump back on the map and show you a famous restaurant up the road in Rochester called Nick Tahoe's. Yes, in Rochester, where I used to live for a little bit. Right there's the baseball stadium, right there's the radio station I used to work at. So what is famous about Nick Tahoe's? That is the garbage plate, boys. You see it. What's that? Potatoes, hot dogs, Red Hots, by the way, they're called up in Rochester. Famous for those. Look up Guatney and you'll see what those hot dogs are all about. Got chili, onions, mustard, mac salad, whole bunch of stuff. It looks like garbage. Hence the garbage plate. Famous in Rochester, New York. Don't ever say I don't show you guys anything interesting. All right, let's check back here. Gareth McAllister, Nick Terrell. In a battle for 11th. Pretty much. Good luck. And I doubt at Outback they have a garbage plate. They have the Bloomin' Onion, though. And I will tell you this right now, you'll never see me eating that, by the way. So Terrell trying to put the pressure on as he's just a couple of tenths off. Oh, awesome. Were you the only one in the field? All right, so 20 laps complete, 25 to go. You wonder in the next probably couple of laps if these cars are going to come to pit road. As we get close to the halfway point, I would think just slow, easy there. 7-car Monday almost locked him up. Of course, Monday is a pretty good road racer, by the way. Oh, wait a minute here. I've noticed something. They didn't think I'd pull this off. I've noticed somebody down here in chat. And I'm going to pull him up here. He doesn't even know he's going to go on the air with me all of a sudden here. Hey, Cody. He's probably going to keep his mic muted now because he knows I just threw him up here in the booth with me. But Cody McCorkle's in Discord. And I just went and looked and caught him. Yeah. He don't want to talk now, boys. He just unmuted his mic as I pulled him away. I see how it is. So I move you and you unmute your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how's it going today?
Pretty good. Just sitting here.
How's Watkins Glen?
Oh, pretty good.
I see. You're running 13th right now, and you told me you won.
Yeah.
As Harry...
A long way to go, right?
Yeah, that's true. You do got 23 laps to go, but, Casey just said in chat, you're not the best, you're doing your best Harry Doyle and Marty impersonation, so should I say you're not the best color man in the business for nothing? Or do you not see Major League?
No.
I suggest you go watch it. It's pretty funny. So, what's that?
So I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, what'd you think of Watkins Glen?
Pretty fun night.
Did you just wake up?
A little bit.
I see. Well, all right. Well, I'll leave you. I'll let you go drink your whatever you like to drink when you wake up. Coffee, Mountain Dew, Bloody Mary, whatever.
All the above. Yeah.
Whoa. All righty then. Well, go enjoy that. Man of many words. Yep. Harry Doyle said it best in the movie Major League. He's not the best color man in the booth for nothing. As we saw pit stops there with the leaders all coming in right on cue like I thought they were. Mark Whitley's already made his pit stop. Here comes Tooker, Fitzsimmons, Burden, Rogers. Can't say I didn't try to pull somebody up here to talk to him. So it should be 4 tires and fuel for everybody here. You would think at this point in the race they would just shut the motor off of the iRacing pace car. And they're going to lead us off pit road, and that's going to give the lead to Matthew Weeks. He's yet to pit there in that Mountain Dew number 11 at Dodge Charger. And we'll have to see if we have any undercut or overcuts happen during the pit stops here. If you don't know what that is, basically the undercuts when you pit early to try to jump the guy position ahead of you. And in the overcuts when you wait to come to pit road and you pass the guy that way. Of course, during pit stops, a lot of things going on here, so try to keep track with you. As Weeks is going to stay out another lap here. Josh Dillon, Chris Travis on pit road. Weeks trying to keep that top 10 streak going, and look at this battle here. Fitzsimmons and Tooker. Got the lap car in front of them. Fitzsimmons got a little wide in turn 1 there. It's going to hurt his momentum just a little bit. That lap car is the 84 of Wyatt Nadel. Also want to send a shout out to David Fight for racing. Now, David, I believe, races with me on Tuesday nights over at TI. He's a pretty decent ARCA driver, good road racer. Making his debut in the 111 car back here, running in the 17th position in the Monster Energy car. Actually going to come to the pit road right now, right in front of the leaders. Yikes! And there's your 2 leaders right there. Mark Whitley up to 3rd. Gareth McAllister up to 4th. And McAllister still yet to come to pit road, oh, by the way, here. Gareth probably waiting to see if he's going to get a caution. Hate to break it to him. Oh, Fitzsimmons, hold on! Into the outside wall. Did the hospital hop over there. And unfortunately loses 2nd position because of it. Oh. How do you get away with a penalty then? Because he shouldn't be here then. Or does he have to come back to pit road? Oh, so he's got to come to pit road right here then. And he does not. He stays out again. You would think. All right, McAllister, Terrell, Lane Doyle all come to pit road, so that should finish the cycle of pit stops here. So everybody back on fresh tires. This will give us an opportunity to do an old through the field. It's always something I like to do on a road course because it shows where everybody's at on track. There is your leader, David Tooker, looking to go 2 for 2 here the last 2 weeks in the Z-Line Yoda. He leads by 1 second over Mark Whitley. Mark Whitley started P2 there, runs right there in P2, and then the controversy right now in the 06 apparently. His crew chief, Chad DeMouse, is arguing over his pit road penalty, apparently. Uh-oh. Matthew Weeks has gone around over here in the bus stop. What happened to the Mountain Dew Charger? He just came off pit road about a lap ago. Goes into the bus stop. Oh, he loses the back end a little bit there. Goes for a 4-wheel slide and just lock her down. And he does so. The only harm he's going to get is a couple of positions lost, unfortunately for him. He'll fall back to about the 9th spot right now. Tyler Burden running in the 4th position. He started 4th. Matter of fact, the top 6 all running exactly where they started. Oh, uh-oh. The 06 really not being scored? If so, he's going to be like taken out of the room here in a second. There's Zach Rogers in the 5th position in the 4 car. Still being sponsored by Advertise Here. I have not been able to figure out what kind of business Advertise Here does. Still trying to do some research on the internet for that one. Casey Carrington started 6th, running 6th right now. In the Dodge, I started to share the story earlier about Casey Kane started on the pole of a race with Kurt Busch back in the 2000, I think it was 2008, 2009 area. And he proceeded to spin Kurt Busch out on lap 1. Whoopsies. All right, so the top 8 now started where they're running is back here. Jacob Feskinen running 7th as he just got around James Silver's 4th position. And we have now lost officially, after the 28th lap of the race at Watkins Glen, we have lost Finley Fitzsimmons. Who is no longer being scored. So that's going to move everybody up a spot. James Silver's run 7th, and now Matthew Weeks up to the 8th position. Easily. Jack Monday running in the 9th position, his debut in that 7 car. And then Gareth McAllister, the Bloomin' Onion, up in the top 10. Lane Doyle and his lack of smiley face running in the 11th position as he gets to the inside of a car here. Nick Terrell, the Doritos man, running in the 12th position back here. Nick is about a minute or so behind. Steven Thompson up 9 positions in that 24 car. Started 22nd. He's up to 13th right now. Cody Lack of Ward's McCorkle running in the 13th position. Just got past Steven Thompson. And look out, somebody's got pizza. Didn't offer anybody else some. Team player you are. Wyatt Nato, 15th position. Started all the way back in 31st. Great run for him. Kyle Bartles, the winner from Michigan, up here in the 16th position. Started 30th. Justin Ray, and oh, the Waffle House car is wrecked in the turn 4 area and is taking it behind the wall. He's in the waiting room. Wait a minute here. Oh, look at that. Is Tyler Burton the demon? The only demon I'm coming to realize is that woman that's been making appearances in sporting events. The one with that evil look. So wait, I dragged Tyler up here and he brought me pizza? Holy quiet. Let me turn you up now. What was that? Yep. I would love a slice. I don't want a piece. I want a slice. See, that just kind of reminds me of the old days when I worked in a restaurant. And let me know if you can't hear Tyler, because I got everything going to my ears right now. When I worked at a restaurant, somebody would be like, hey, can I get a piece of toast for a customer? I would literally rip off the corner of the toast and throw it on a plate.
You know, when I worked at Meyer, I used to tell people whenever they would say, have a nice day, I would tell them how to live my life.
That's pretty much what I do now. He's quiet, but that's not such a bad thing. That's funny right there.
Okay.
So how was Watkins Glen? How'd it feel to be like 9 seconds back from the leaders?
I was just riding, to be honest. I just wanted the top 5. That's all I cared.
Which
I've been wiped out in the last couple races, so.
So the rookie season, obviously you're up there at the top right now. We're battling for Rookie of the Year. How you feel about that? You feel confident going these last half of the series to potentially bring that Rookie of the Year title home?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. I'm pretty good at Charlotte. I've gotten quite a few wins there, and I'm really excited about Indy after that. That
obviously a couple of fun tracks coming up here in the very near future. So here's McCorkle. Did he even say anything to you there that he was going to let you by?
No, he didn't. He just kind of like, turned off into the bus stop, and I was like, oh, okay. And I nearly missed the bus stop myself because of it.
I asked that because apparently he doesn't say much.
Yeah, he kind of came over the radio and said, yeah, I didn't plan that, but...
He was mixing a drink. That's great. He dropped his hot pocket, as one of the people I race with says on in another league.
Right.
So this battle up here, so Watkins Glen, a very tough track. Obviously, you guys didn't have the fixed setup because they didn't have one. So how was the setup for you?
The setup was fine for me. There's quite a few people that felt like it was super loose, mainly because I felt like it was because the tires in the front were under pressured. And I always been taught that there's two ways of spinning a tire. Either you put too much air into it, or you put too little air in it. And with the way that the tires were heating up, it was heating up the rear more than the front. So it was a little bit of a handful, but I was okay with it. I actually ended up kind of liking it there close to the end.
I actually found a way to make you louder and quiet the cars down, so that's a good news as we watch his battle for the lead. But yeah, I mean, that's the one tricky thing is you don't know really what you're going to get out of a setup that's kind of modified for the track. I mean, you can do so many things, but there's, you know, little things that could play a role in tire wear and you know, maybe the car just not balanced at all. So, you know, it's good to see out here in this race. You know, most of the time, the people I'm seeing in trouble as I look over at my highlights and stuff of what's going on, it's basically been the same people.
Right.
I say that as David about spun it in turn 3 just now. And here comes Whitley outside. Does he send it? Yeah, he does. Oh, sends it right off the screen. Oh, Tucker. Well, I appreciate your time. Go eat some pizza. Brand pizza, by the way?
I only got Pizza Hut.
Nothing wrong with that. Pizza the Hut. Stuffed crust.
Travis is from New York, and he constantly tells me, you don't know what good pizza is, and I agree with him, but it's all I've got.
Well, as I think about it now where you are, that does make sense. Yes, I do agree, though, that until you have New York pizza, you do not know. Chicago pizza can be thrown in there, too. I've had them both.
Taking a trip to New York sometime, so.
Now, is that the city or upstate? Because people will argue there's different versions.
I'm not too sure where Chris is at, so we'll find out when we get there.
I see. All right. Well, best of luck. Go enjoy your Pizza the Hut, and we'll talk here in a little bit, maybe.
Alrighty.
All right.
Good talking to you.
You too, buddy. Tyler Burden, Indiana driver. I found a way to quiet the cars down so I can hear them. This is a fierce battle for the lead here. Carrington compares it to Brad Keselowski, Marcus Ambrose. Did you forget the third car that was in that battle? Well, we got this battle going on here. Gareth McAllister trying to hold off Lane Doyle back here at the 10th position. So as I'm calling this race, I have football on in my phone. And I'm watching Louisville play Boston College because I'm a fan of ACC football, so I watch it. And the Louisville kicker, I think, almost hit the pylon in the corner on a field goal. And I don't know if it got blocked or not, but I looked over and I saw that, and I'm like, what in the world? Yeah, the one that ended up in the wall there in the bus or the S's, yes. Last name of Bush. So Whitley has gone around Tooker after that whole episode, and now they come up on the lap car of Terrell. Terrell does a great job staying out of the way. So you wonder if that was the mistake that had to be made by somebody, as you see Whitley getting a little loose there through turn 6. Or how about how they both literally drove through the bus stop? Oh, Jacob Feskinen with issues. Over in the bus stop, the bomb pop. Let's see what happened to the 89 car. Goes into... Oh, he hit the inside. That is never good. And I've always waited for somebody to do that. Hey, I see a Genesee beer over there. Good beer out of Rochester. I mean, it's all fun and games till you get in too shallow. Yep, you beat me to it, buddy. Look out! You took my camera out. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's have a little fun here for a second. I'm going to go quiet. It's going to be another version of Turn It Up, I guess so to say. But we're going to do it all from speed cams. Here he comes. Tooker to the inside. Whitley got loose off 7. Whitley gets to run off the corner and takes and holds the lead. All right, let's carry on. Gotta love the cameras. Seven laps to go. Whitley 0.2 of a second. Tooker's been all over him. This has been, if not the best battle on the track, the best battle of the race. Tooker trying to do everything he can. He saw the mistake that was made a minute ago. He's fighting. Oh, he got loose again. Tooker. Nice defensive move there by Whitley. That kind of killed the momentum. he sends it! Slide job! And Whitley back to the lead. That was quite the driving of both of them. And they continue to battle. Zucker trying to get a second straight win. Whitley trying to bring the 14 to victory lane as he subs for Delph. Still got some lap cars that are coming up on here. Lane Doyle's the next car in the lead lap. They'll catch 11 cars right now there. Five laps to go. I'm not one that likes to focus on the leaders in a broadcast. So for those who are like, you know, kind of wondering, I'm just kind of covering myself. This is the best battle on the track. Easily. I mean, I'm looking over at telemetry right now. You got one battle, it's about 8/10 apart. Another one about 7/10 apart. And then you got these two who have literally slide jobbed each other almost. We look back at Whitley again. They've done a great job keeping it clean, too. Phrasing. What? What'd I do now? Down to third. Down to second. He stayed in third gear there, I believe. Oh, he short shifted to fourth right there. Never mind, he was in second. But you heard that short shift up to fourth gear. Keeps the car under him. Oh, Tucker about got that wall. Watch this. Tucker got loose into the corner and had to actually turn left going into that bus stop. Watch this. Oh, wrong car. Here we go. Yo! It's one of those blinding moments. You're behind a car, you don't know where it's at, and you're trying to hit your apex, and all of a sudden there's a blue wall waiting on you. I did notice he had some right side damage there. I wasn't sure if it was damage or part of the car. But he, yeah, right up there by the nose, like right above the wheel well. By the way, for those who are interested, Louisville and Boston College could turn into a first 1 to 50 game. 3 laps to go. 0.7 of a second. Whitley got in the way a little bit here. By the way, while this is going on, Zach Rogers took third from Tyler Burden. James Silvers has gone by Feskinen for 6th. So that's Jeff FYI. Oh! Whitley gets a little loose there. Some might argue if they're going to allow them to use that much of the track coming off the corner, why don't they just let them go to the into the boot and race? It's only a couple more corners. You'll see it later on in an IndyCar race I get to broadcast. They'll use the boot. 2 laps to go, 5 miles. Who is going to win it? Whitley's pulled away to about a half second. Wonder if Tooker's maybe cooling the tires down? Or waiting for Whitley maybe to make that mistake as they go by the 22 car? Of Craig Martin, a Canadian driver. What am I talking about? I never know what the hell I'm talking about. As Whitley, only 2/10 up now as Tooker at a good bus stop and a good carousel. Through turn 6 and to turn 7 as they'll see the white flag in the final lap. As they come up on Lane Doyle, who is on the lead lap. Whitley looking to become the 6th winner of the season. Tooker all over him. Through the bus stop. Only really one big section left for a pass. Unless he makes a mistake. Up to 0.3 of a second. 2 corners. Can Tooker do anything? Will he try to dive it here? He tries the inside. Not going to be enough. Subbing for Brandelf. The 14 car. Mark Whitley wins the Finger Lakes 110 at the Glen. Tooker gave it his all to try to get him. Let's go back here. A battle for 8th. This is right in front of the leaders. Monday, McAllister and Feskin in 8th, 9th, 10th. Trying everything they can. Oh, look out. Feskin about wrecked it. That's probably going to do him in. He'll finish 9th or 10th. Unless something happens up here. McAllister maybe leans on him. Oh, and holds on to 7 does. Drag race. McAllister by inches. Oh, Monday's going to be beating himself up for that one. Feskinen finishes 10th as Mark Whitley celebrates. Did they actually touch? I mean, they leaned on each other. Appreciate whoever's doing the sound down in turn 1, doing the burnouts. It makes it sound like it's Whitley. I'm hearing all the way from turn 1. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Casey. Appreciate you. Let's go back and watch the replay. First, we're watching all the reverse donuts. Oh, somebody's cutting Doyle cutting donuts over knee. That's funny. All right. So, was there contact with McAllister? Great race. That was fun. Gareth, about a tenth back, or about a car length or so back, dives it in there. Monday misses the apex just a little bit, opens the door for him. And I would say there was some slight contact right there. Monday's just sliding at this moment, trying to catch it. Finally does catch it. Welcome to the All-American ARCA series, Jack. And there's the race across the line. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. All right, so we'll let the 14 cars celebrate. So we take a look at the finishing order for the race. That saw Whitley take the win by 7/10 over Tooker in a great battle. Zach Rogers finishes third. Tyler Burton and Casey Carrington ends up fifth. Sixth goes to Matthew Weeks. James Silver seventh. Gareth McAllister eighth. Jack Monday ninth. And Jacob Feskin in 10th. And then the rest of the cars a lap down or had issues. Lane Doyle, Nick Terrell, Cody McCorkle. He won this race. Wyatt Nadel 14th. Kyle Bartles 15th. Justin Vanderbrow 16th. Chris Travis 17th. Good run for him considering I think I saw him spin out about 10 times. Stephen Thompson 18th. Trust me, Chris, I've had those kind of days on road courses too. Craig Martin 19th and Matt Stewart 20th. Zach Nurnberger 21st. Josh Bloom 22nd. Josh Dillon 22nd. Austin Bloom 23rd. 24th, David Fite. Most words he said all day right there. 25th, Justin Ray. 26th, Robert Colgan. 27th, Sean Foltz. Finley Fitzsimmons ends up, I'm sure he's out there still trying to run laps. Ends up in the 28th position. And let's see, the rest of the field, unfortunately, behind the wall. Also, Greg Carr, Devin Scroggins, Larry Knoll, Darren Staff, and Mike Lemieux still being searched for. Potentially might be on a boat out in Lake Seneca. Or could be out in Syracuse at that huge mall out there. Anyways, got some drivers to talk to here. Look at this. Don't usually get to do this in a rebroadcast, but I'm cool with it. I like it. Let's bring in the Advertise Here car. We're still trying to figure out what Advertise Here is. But Zach Rogers joins us. Zach, you finished in the third position, had a good little fight there with Burton, got around him. Obviously, though, way back from the leaders, but still a good run for you in that 4 car.
Yeah, it was really fun fighting with him at the end. We weren't nearly as under control as Tooker and Whitley were, but I had a good time. And considering I hit the inside wall going into the bus stop, I think with like 2 or 3 to go, I'm just happy I really finished.
Right? Well, talk about, obviously, the season you've had, because obviously you missed that first race, and you've had to battle through some adversity here these few weeks. You've had some great finishes, and now it seems like you're starting to catch that momentum.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough start for sure. I haven't really quite had the success that I've been hoping for. I mean, I can't complain. I'm still 4th in points.
Right.
I can't complain about it, but we're all out here to win, and haven't really been able to get that done yet. Really first podium on the season, but yeah, we're making headway. There's a couple good tracks. I feel confident about Charlotte. I'm probably going to miss Indy, so I won't have a chance there. But there's a few good tracks coming up that I think I'll have a good chance at. So hopefully we can get it done soon.
What's been the one thing that you're missing, you feel, that has kept you from victory lane?
I don't know. I could probably play situations a little smarter. I think I haven't really been in the best of positions. Qualifying hasn't been as strong this season as it's been in the past. I think the series just as a whole has been a lot more competitive this season, which is a good thing. I
Mhm.
mean, it's been fun. I've enjoyed running it, and yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm still kind of trying to figure that out, but I think I'm getting closer.
Absolutely, man. Well,
Learning the
great
racing.
job. Oh, sorry. No, well, great job though. Good run tonight. Good third place finish for you. And send some shout outs whoever you'd like to, bud.
Just all the guys at Mountain Man, everybody around the league, everybody who tunes in, everybody who comes races. Can't do it without everybody involved.
Well, great job tonight. So I guess I had to turn your volume up a little bit there, but great job finishing in the third position. Appreciate you stopping in here. I know the race was last night, but good to see you. And hopefully next week at Charlotte, we'll get you in victory lane.
Thank you, sir. See you next time.
You too, buddy. Zach Rogers, appreciate his time finishing in the third position in the race at Watkins Glen last night that was ran. Of course, you just watched the broadcast. And how about this guy going to victory lane in a wild battle with David Tooker last night? Mark, you still feeling the excitement 12 hours later?
Yeah, it's pretty nice to come into a league just trying to sub for another friend from another league and get a win. That's that's he had faith in me to sub for him, and hopefully I delivered for him.
Talk about the racing with you and David. Obviously, I don't know how well you know these guys or that kind of thing, but I know I saw plenty of times you had that car hanging out. It looked like you were going to wreck it any minute, but somehow you were able to hold on to it. I know you've got some road course experience, but still able to battle that. How was the racing out there for you, especially with David there?
It was pretty good. It was a little bit of a learning experience. I haven't driven this ARCA car, and I couldn't tell you the last time I drove it, so I had to practice a little bit. Practice for a handful of laps Thursday night, and then last night I got into practice, but as soon as I could, just to try to run as many laps to get it. I had the single lap, hot lap pace. I
Right.
felt like, but I wanted to make sure I got the long run pace since I knew there weren't going to be any cautions. So it was just trying to get used to the car because I've driven a lot of the trucks, the Xfinity Cup cars, but like I said, I haven't driven the ARCA car in a long time. So the racing was great. I got a handle on it, and especially with David running toward the end of that race, I thought I'd given up the race when I think I was leading the first part of the race, and there was a lap car that was real slow getting into one, and I wheel hopped trying not to run him over, and I got in the grass and missed the first corner, went all the way back to I think fourth, just trying to not run them over. That was kind of the theme of the night, is trying to catch the lap traffic at the right time. It just seemed like for the first half of the race, I did nothing but catch them at the worst possible spots, and it wasn't really nobody's fault. It was just the way I
Right.
was catching them and where I caught them. It's just it's real annoying. There's nothing really anybody can do about it. It's just with this track, there's a couple spots you don't want to catch lap traffic, and I caught them every time in those spots, and it just kind of didn't really go our way. And after we pitted, I think there might have been a little bit of contact with David in another lap car, and he got a little bit of damage, and I undercut him by a lap, and I tried to catch up to him, and I think it was hurting his car a little bit because he seemed to be a little bit slower the second half of the race. So I tried to pressure him as much as I could, and he finally made a mistake, and I got by him, and I thought maybe I could drive away from him, but the car started handling really kind of wicked loose after I got out front with clean air, and he was able to stick with me, and then it was just kind of battling tooth and nail at the end of the race. I know the one big time I messed up in the carousel, he got a good run. I took it to real defensive line going down that little short chute, and he at the last second dove low, and I just kind of braked early because I knew he was going to go way deep, and we just kind of crossed under, and we were both probably 3 car lengths off the racing line, and it was pretty fun. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was exceeded all expectations. I'll tell you that.
Well, it was a great job. It was fun to watch. I do got to ask real quickly. You talked about when you had the almost incident there, turn one. After you got kind of settled back at the fourth position, at that point, did you kind of just sit there and learn a little bit with the tires being worn out for the long run later on, or was it one of those where you felt the tires were just so hot you just kind of had to ride and get to the pit stop?
I was a little mad with myself. So the next couple laps, I probably drove it a little bit harder than I needed to, and it kind of made the tires even more angry. I was just trying to pick up as many spots as I could at that point. There was probably a lap and a half there. I was like, well, there goes the whole race. I just kind of felt a little dejected on my, I didn't have any chance of winning, so I'm just going to try to get many positions as I can for Brad. But it worked out. The second half of the race went a lot better for us, and like I said, there was, I don't even remember who it was, but there was another lap car that I came up off the last corner, and I caught him so fast. I tried to lift, and I just hooked him coming off the last
Oh,
corner.
no.
I tried my best to stay off of him.
Mhm.
I don't remember who it was, but apologize for that. But he was so far ahead of me. We went in that last corner. I wasn't even thinking that I was going to have to worry about him. And I don't know if he missed the corner or what, but I yanked it right, trying to not hook him. And I think I just pretty much hooked him into the wall even harder. So I apologize for whoever that was. I was trying to stay off him. I just did not expect to catch him that fast. So not a full incident-free night, but in the long run, we won the race. So most important thing, especially when you're subbing for somebody, you want to do as good as you can.
And you did that. So great job tonight, man. Congratulations, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Brantley Harpoon Design. He's the one that does all my paint schemes. Check him out, harpoondesign.com. He make you something custom. He's real quick with it. I know I told him about this. I was subbing for this race. I think on Tuesday around lunchtime, he had this paint scheme I ran tonight done by about 5 o'clock. So he got done pretty quick. I'm
nice.
Like, just a quick paint scheme, and he threw it together for me really quick. So check him out, harpoondesign.com, or if you want to check out stuff he's already done. I think if you look on the most liked haters on Trading Paints, I think he's number 1.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's got like 16 or 1700 paint schemes.
Oh,
on there.
wow.
So, I mean, if you want to go up there, he's got something for you. So if you want to go ahead and just check out stuff he's already made, check him out on there. And another shout out to my family. I told them about this race today. I'm like, hey, we already ran the race, but they're doing it now. And I already get a couple text messages from them. So appreciate them tuning in, even though it wasn't technically live. But appreciate them being supporting behind us. And then shout out to this league for allowing me to come in here and race. I know a lot of leagues aren't too keen on sub drivers, so I'm glad they let me come in here and race. And hopefully I did Brad proud. I know a lot of trust putting in somebody else, driving your race car. So hopefully I made him happy with the win.
I think you did him proud, man. Well, great job tonight. Or yesterday, I should say. But great job. Appreciate you jumping in the booth to join us here this afternoon. Best of luck to you in the future. And if we see you around, we see you around. And congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's a great group of guys out here. So I'd love to maybe come out here and drive my own car sooner or later. But we'll see how stuff works out. So maybe I'll see y'all later.
Absolutely, my man. Thank you.
Later.
That is Mark Whitley, the winner from the race at the Watkins Glen International last night. Appreciate him joining us here this evening after a win last night in that race. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for us this evening. We're going to take off and get ready for another broadcast in an hour. So I'm going to go sit back, get some lunch, something to drink, and get ready to rock and roll. Big shout out. And also, let me back up a second before I shout out. An apology to everyone in the league for unfortunately, work got in the way last night. And I just hate that happens. And we'll continue on. And I appreciate Casey and everybody working with me, as I always try to do the best no matter what the situation is for work or whatever to get the broadcast or whatever on for everyone. So we'll continue working on it, and hopefully this don't get in the way much more, but we do appreciate everyone's patience and working with me on it. So going from there, I do want to send a shout out to all the drivers, all the viewers that came out and watched this afternoon, and a big thoughts and prayers to everybody down in Florida. I've been a part of 5 or so hurricanes myself, and they're not fun, and definitely thinking about those people down there. And those who are fans of Chad Powers, I don't know where the hell that came from. If I could find the video again, I'll send it to you guys in chat. How's that on Discord? So with that said, appreciate everybody for watching, and we're gonna head out, and we will see you next week, hopefully in Charlotte, for that race coming up next Saturday. But remember, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya.
I told myself